It's week 4 of my mini cut, and thank God, because man, I want a bagel. Cinnamon and raisin from the New York Bagel Company. If you know, you know. Shit's good. But yes, it is week 4 of my mini cut. This has been a brief, very brief period of very aggressive fat loss to take advantage of the fact that you won't really lose muscle in those beginning stages of a deficit. It's allowed me to drop pounds and pounds of fat, like you would have seen on the thumbnail of this video, without losing much muscle or losing much time gaining more muscle. After my last show where I placed 3rd, which I was super happy about, I spent 10 months gaining muscle. I've now done a 1-month mini cut, and then I plan to do another 10 months or so of gaining muscle. So that's a 20-to-1 gain to losing ratio, and that is pretty solid if you ask me, and it's not like I'm going to be mega fat at the end of it. As I keep saying, go back and watch the first few videos in this little mini cutting series, because there are important things that I go through. I explain why you probably shouldn't be mini cutting, but who they are for and when you can use them. I explain how I set it up, why I'm doing it, and how I'm getting away with such few calories to lose so much weight fast without just crashing and burning. Don't skip all those disclaimers, because I don't want you copying something just because I'm doing it, getting yourself in shit because you don't know the context behind my reasoning. Mini cuts aren't something that's going to help you lose weight in the long term if you're currently overweight. They are something to bring you back down from lean to really lean, so that you can then build your way back up to lean, mostly for competitors. So because of that, mini cuts should not be performed by most people. They are just to create more run room and more efficiency when you are massing. So yeah, go and check those videos out first before you think about doing anything like this. And if you still don't understand anything, leave me a comment below, because in my next video or two, I'm going to be doing a mini cutting Q&A, so I can include my answer to it there, or you can contact me personally on ashmaypt@gmail.com. In today's video, we are going to go through all the changes I'm making to my diet in this final week of mini cutting, how my training's been going, any side effects, and I'm going to show you all my meals. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and then we'll get into it. We have made it to the final week, which I can hardly believe. Time literally flies so fast, it's crazy. But we still have a few more meals to get through first. So for meal 1, there are some more changes. Not in terms of calories or anything like that, but just the composition of the meal. As you'll know if you've been watching, it looks exactly the same. It's still my scramble stir fry thing. But what I've done is previously I was having 200 grams of courgette, zucchini, 200 grams of green beans, 200 grams of mushrooms. I was having 200 grams of egg whites, you know I like to keep the numbers easy, and I was having 2 bacon medallions with that. All I've done now is I've taken out the egg whites and I've swapped it for an equal amount of protein of bacon medallions. So there's now 4 medallions in this rather than the 200 and the 2. The reason for that is literally laziness. Like I was saying in my previous videos of this mini cut, one really weird thing that's happened throughout this cut is that my care and my willingness to put time into cooking has just dropped completely off. Before, I didn't care, I didn't mind if a meal took me 15, 20, even longer minutes to prepare, whereas now I literally want something to be ready in seconds. I just don't have the care to prepare something, which I've never experienced before in my life, and I think it goes down to dropping the whole anabolic diet kind of thing. But anyway, like I said, 200 of mushrooms, green beans, courgette, 4 slices of bacon medallions. As you'll see, the calories are super low for the amount of food we have here. Tastes really good. Add some salt, add some 0-calorie sauce on top, and it's banging. It fills you up for ages, so low calorie. So yeah, I'm gonna go smash this, and then we'll have a chat about what's been going on. So because this is the last week of the mini cut, I am going to be making some small calorie changes. Considering the fact that something we're going to get into later on in the video is that hunger is literally just been a non-issue, I'm going to be reducing calories for this final week just to really milk out that little bit more fat loss, because I feel like I can. It's one of those situations where yes, I don't necessarily want to, especially from an energy standpoint, but it's such a brief amount of time, and if you're going to do it, you may as well do it properly. So I thought, One last week, one last push, why not? I'm already not going to be feeling amazing when I'm in such a huge deficit, so what's a few extra 100 calories less going to do, right? So because of that, this week I'm going to be bringing my average calories down from around 1600 calories down to around 1400, maybe 13, and it's not going to feel amazing, but we're doing it for a reason. Again, I emphasize, it is super low and it is not sustainable, but that's okay because mini cuts aren't meant to be sustainable and they're meant to be super low. That's the point. So yeah, less calories this week and those will pretty much all be taken away from carbohydrates. So fun, fun, fun. Right, so meal 2 is quite a big change for this last week of the cut. And I did kind of allude to this in last week's video where I said that my protein oats would probably go soon because they are a calorie dense option and it doesn't really make sense. And although hunger hasn't necessarily been an issue, I did think that probably for this final week where I'm dropping calories even lower, it'd probably be a good idea to switch out to something more voluminous that takes a bit more time to eat, that's less calorie dense. So I went with what I know best, more French toast. So what you'll see today is I'm literally eating 4 meals, and that is 2 meals that I'm having twice each. That keeps things simple, it keeps things easy. Shopping is easy, I hardly have to buy any varied ingredients, it's just the same few ingredients. Like that French toast recipe is literally 3 ingredients. My breakfast and my third meal is literally 4 ingredients. So shopping is super, super easy. It just makes the whole process take way less thought and energy. And as you know, it tastes amazing and it just fills me up. It gets the job done. So calories and macros for this meal will be on the screen here. I'm going to go smash French toast number 1. We'll then chat a little bit more and you'll see meal 1 again, but in meal 3 version. The second thing I want to cover is energy, hunger, and cravings. And this is really shocking because I thought being in such an aggressive deficit, I would have some insane hunger and I thought that my cravings would be through the roof. But genuinely, I have had no cravings. I have had hardly any hunger at all. I'm a really big pizza guy and I've hardly thought about it. I'm a really big chocolate guy and donut guy and I've hardly thought about them. And every time I've felt any hunger, I've been really close to my next meal anyway, or due to have my next meal. So then I just have the meal and then I feel fine. So hunger, pretty much non-existent. Cravings, pretty much non-existent. But energy, that's gone to shit. Let's be real, to be honest, I expected that being in such a huge deficit. Weeks 1 and 2, energy was absolutely fine, surprisingly good. Week 3, it started catching up with me. Week 4, shit. But that is also kind of the point. If you look at it like this is week 4, and now the lack of energy is hitting me, which means that week 5 will be even worse. But this is the last week. There is no week 5. It's not a long extended diet. As soon as the diet really starts to impact you, it's over. And that's why we can be so aggressive for such a short amount of time. It's gotten to that point where my legs just feel really heavy whenever I'm trying to do something, and getting out of bed is definitely more of a chore. But that is what we sign up for, right? And honestly, over the weekend, a few days ago, I was feeling really low energy whilst working, and I just thought, maybe I should call it here. I've lost a substantial amount of fat. I'm already looking substantially leaner. I'll just leave it at 3 weeks. But then I thought, no, I'm going to stick to the game plan. It all makes sense. It's all planned out in the long run. And I'm glad I did because that was a low moment. But since then, there have also been high moments. You're going to have your ups and downs, especially in this final week. But like I said, that is what we sign up for. Right, meal number 3, as promised, is super, super boring because it is the exact same thing as meal 1. However, what I have changed is the protein source. So I've swapped out bacon medallions for tuna, just canned tuna in water, for no other reason than variation. I also apologise if you can hear my washing machine going off, because now that I'm a grown-up and I have my own place, I have to do things like using a washing machine. Adult life, it's amazing. But yeah, so we have the exact same thing as meal 1, apart from the bacon medallions, it's just a can of tuna instead. That does change the calories and macros slightly, so the calories and macros for this meal will be up here. And yeah, it's super boring, I know, and it doesn't make good, entertaining videos, but the purpose of this video isn't really to show you how to eat. The purpose of this video is to show you the process of my mini cut and what I'm doing each week. And this is a change, and this is what I'm doing this week. So yeah, you get what you get, I'm afraid. So yeah, we have one more thing to talk about and then we'll get to the final meal. And the last thing that I want to discuss in today's video is my sleep and my gym performance. I am typically a very good sleeper, and when I lose a little bit of sleep, it has a big impact on me. I'm one of those people that cannot handle not getting a good amount of sleep. And even when I was in my competition prep last year, my sleep was pretty much absolutely fine throughout the whole time. So it didn't even cross my mind that it would be impacted in this mini cut. But I have found that this last week or two, my sleep has just been really, really bad. Not necessarily I'm not getting enough sleep, but the quality of the sleep I'm getting just hasn't been there. I'm not waking up refreshed. I'm waking up during the night. I'm struggling to fall asleep. It's here, there, and everywhere, and it is definitely having an impact on me. And it is probably my least favorite part, the part I like the least about all of this, about this whole mini cut process. It's not that I'm waking up hungry. It's not that I'm dreaming of food, because I'm not hungry. I'm not having cravings. The sleep quality just isn't there. I'm pretty sure it's just to do with the elevated cortisol from the stress of such a low calorie diet, but doesn't really matter what's causing it. The fact of the matter is, it's there, it sucks, it'll be gone next week. And then when it comes to my gym performance, it's also taking a bit of a toll now, but then again, what do we expect in such a deficit, especially given what I've just said about a lack of sleep quality that is then going to carry through to my training. It's not necessarily that my performance is regressing, but I am now not progressing each week. So if I started at 100 kilograms for 10 reps, and that was 3 reps in reserve. Now, this week, that is 2 reps in reserve. So essentially, I've gotten a rep weaker, but on paper, it looks like I've maintained strength. So instead of adding load or reps each week, I'm essentially matching what I did last week, and that is in turn increasing the intensity of my training. So I am now getting to failure when something wasn't failure last week. And it sucks, but it is what it is, especially when it comes to pressing movements. Pressing movements in a deficit are always the first things to go. Leg training is just disgusting in such a calorie deficit. Back training isn't too bad, shoulders, whatever, but pressing and leg training, I seriously can't wait to have some big, juicy training sessions. Not juicy like that, we're all natty here, look at me, we're natty. Training sessions, big ass pumps, loads of energy when I've got some food back in me. Finally, we have made it to the last meal of the last week in my mini cut, and that means that next week I get to eat more food, which I don't know, I don't actually care that much because, like I said, I've had no hunger or anything. But what I do care about is the energy that food is going to give me. So I'm not thinking, oh my god, I can't wait to eat pizza and eat 3,000 calories again. I just care about the actual energy and the quality of life that's going to give me. But anyway, before I go into a delirious low calorie tangent, French toast. You knew it was coming. I already told you. 6 slices of 50 calorie bread, 200 grams of liquid egg whites, 100 milliliters of almond milk and some sweetener. Easy, done, quick, simple. Not technically whole food meal, but it gets the job done. I'm going to go smash this and then we will wrap up this full day of eating, week number 4. And there we have my full day of eating for this 4th week of the mini cut. Things have definitely gotten very tough towards the end, but it's also been super cool seeing how quickly things have changed with my physique and seeing how my body and mind adapt to these stresses. I've learned a lot about mini cuts and how to implement them. It has by far been the most successful mini cut that I've ever had in my lifting career. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm going to be following this video up with a mini cut Q&A, and I'll also go over all the progress that I've made from the start start to the finish of the mini cut. So do drop any questions for the Q&A in the comment section below. You can also contact me personally by emailing ashmaypt@gmail.com, or you can hit the top link in the description to go to my online coaching company, progressivephysiquecoaching.co.uk, and you can find out all about our online coaching services on there. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Until the next one, see you later guys.